What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those who get to replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on all notifications when we do these live chats. You can take part right along with us because it's more fun to chat. Don't hate watch. Take part in the chat. So, got a couple of things in. I bought 2 from Olfactory Factory and 3 that came from Fragrance Buy, which we have linked down below. And I got some designer stuff in. We're saving that for a different haul. I figured I got enough niche stuff. Let's do the niche fragrance haul. So we got an unboxed for $95, 75 ml of Kalen, who's in the chat. His favorite fragrance, as I learned last night, Parfums de Marly Godolphin, as well as from Olfactory Factory for $149. Same going price as Vinba fragrance, which is linked below. Sun-Gria, Lorenzo Pazzaglia. This is the best fragrance I smelled from the house. Speaking of Kalen, I smelled it because of him. He sent me a bunch of Lorenzo Pazzaglia samples. He sent me a sample pack. This was my favorite, so I bought a bottle of that. Floral Aquatic, Etat Libre d'Orange, Sous le Pont, Mirabeau. I believe is how you pronounce that. I figured I'd give this one a shot. Kind of all over the place, kind of mediocre at best ratings on these forums, but I don't take a lot of stock in what anonymous profiles rate on these pages. It looked interesting to me. It was affordable. I like giving Etat Libre d'Orange a shot. Finally picked up a bottle of Sultan Vetiver. Elite level grassy green vetiver. Not too dirty and earthy, but definitely some quality vetiver. Quality. I was scared of trying this fragrance for a long time. I thought it was going to be awful and I would hate it. Sampled it. Love it. Finally got a 50 ml. And I scooped up another gritty fragrance, Syrakusa, which a few people have said I would enjoy. I've kind of had my eye on it for a bit. Went ahead and pulled the trigger. Adding and building to my gritty perfume library. This now makes my 4th bottle from them. 2 that I got gifted that started I need to explore this house more, and 2 I've bought now. Because I'm into the brand. And as far as what we're wearing today, Austin said he'd be wearing his sample of rosé. So I said, what the hell? I'll wear rosé today as well. So I got like 10 or 12 sprays on. Those of you that saw my Sin of the Day Shorts video, I just rapid fire trigger around the neck over and over. Wife's loving it. Multiple comments about how pretty I smell. You smell so good. Oh my God, that's amazing. I love when you wear that. The first one was, ooh, you're wearing rosé. As soon as I walked up after I sprayed. Big hit in the household. I stand by what I say. Greatest rose fragrance I've ever smelled. Just is. It's a freaking masterpiece. It's amazing. Put that over here. Forgot to turn the tree on. Let's get our Christmas lights on, shall we? And let's get caught up in the chat. We got 74 people here in the first 3 minutes. I appreciate you guys. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up because it does indeed help. We've got Ye Old Ghost Energy, Sour Watermelon Warhead. Give us a little pep in our step. Been a hard-fought day. Hitting old back and biceps pretty hard today. A lot of cardio. Kix Griffey upgraded to Hall of Fame, my guy. So as far as everybody that won in this past week's member stream for November, everything's going out tomorrow. All 7 packages. So congrats to those winners. We will have 7 spins again. It's looking like Amen Phantasm is winning the All-Star vote far and wide, and Zerjoff Dekas is winning far and wide for the niche vote. So Manny, good to see you, sir. Arabian Oud Sultani. Got a few fragrances coming in next week. Cosmic Pepper, super versatile. Pepper de L'Orum Sport, basically. Low 7 Cobalt, basically Blue de Chanel EDP. And a little bit higher quality, honestly. Bois 1920 Dolce DiGiorno. DiGiorno. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. That's what it looks like, DiGiorno. Never tried it. And then Michael Malone West Loop. Never tried that either. Good to see you, Dan, not the man. Vertus Vanilla Oud. The soft live stream clap, sir. One of my favorites. Speaking of Kalen, good to see you, sir. The 1 EDP, I think it's safe to call it a modern classic. I mean, it came out in like 08. It's been a long time. It's timeless, I think. I think it'll go down in history as a timeless fragrance. Never tried it. Never tried it. Yak Mob indeed. For those of you that don't know what Yak is, you already know. That's what it stands for. For those that weren't familiar, you never know who doesn't know. Amarud Oud Tobacco. I believe Claude made that one. He made a few for Amarud. I think that's one of them. Ahmed Al-Maghribi, Summer Oud. I've heard good things. How are you, sir? John, always a pleasure. 1 Million Lucky, honey, hazelnut, and plum. Definitely can't go wrong. Just ordered Coconut Lagoon. Got it on sale for $30. That's a steal. That's my favorite Paris corner of the year. Not close. And I got a bunch of fucking amazing Paris corner fragrances this year. That deserved the F-bomb. I'm very Paris corner gets a soft laughter and clap. I've been very impressed with them this year. I hope you love it. Sugared coconut. It's so good. Citrus, sugared coconut, and it dries down creamy because of the sandalwood. It's so good. No worries, sir. Fan Your Flames. Excellent stuff. Costume National Secret Woods. I've never tried that one. Epic Man. You get a soft live stream clap for my favorite homage fragrance. Good to see you, sir. Time for holiday shopping. Have a few things to get, but might just end up buying imagination. Hey, man, don't forget about yourself for Christmas. Nobody's going to get you the gift you want more than you will get you the gift you want, right? California Dream, speaking of Louis Vuitton. And Mind Games Very. Well, sir, you are flexing like you got old money bags over here. Very underappreciated from the house. That's top 3 from the house for me. Excellent choice, sir. Excellent choice. Chad, good to see you, sir. Yomalal Sky Angel. Angel Share Inspiration. Missoni Parfum. Touching him on a light blue. Really? I don't agree, but I mean, if that smells like that to you, I mean, it's like clear as day Bleu de Chanel to me, but hey, no worries. No, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I love light blue. Light blue is Mount Rushmore kind of shit for me, you know, but hey, that's what it smells like to you. That's what it smells like to you. Not knocking it. Seraphine Blue layered with Precious Treasure. At first, blue dominated, then mid, they were playing nice with each other. Now in the dry down, Precious Treasure's taking over. Interesting layering combo for sure. Another one with Precious Treasure. Excellent choice. Good to see you, sir. Signature Noir. The incense base for so many fragrances from Zaharoff, including Rosé, Citrine, just to name a couple, Tobacco, and so on. The ELDO is one of the first ones. It's probably the one we're going to start with. We'll probably do Etat Libre d'Orange, then we'll do Gritti Siracusa. And then the other 3 I've already smelled. So, I mean, there's only 2 blind buys and 3 that I've sampled prior that I had decants of. So we'll just, I guess we'll save Godolphin for last. We'll do Sun-Gria, then Sultan, Vetiver, and kind of keep it going in the order of fresh. I always try to do the order of freshness, the freshest first, the darkest last. Hachivat, Timeless. My man Kicks Griffey. Kirk Elliott, Unconditional. FWO, Wolfpack for Life. Yak Mob, Not Spamming. Damn, my phone's tripping. No worries, man. No worries. Never tried either. Somebody in the chat might be able to help you out, though. Ferragamo Uomo, smelling like coffee cake. All right. Miss Kara, how are you? Supremacy Collector's Edition. That's definitely, as far as the Middle Eastern brands, as far as ones I bought, easily my favorite one that came out this year. So I've had my fair share sent to me. I'm not considering act like I didn't. It's hard to argue against for me. Like I think it's really, really good. Hit that like on the way in. Let them know. Luis, let's see what you got for me. Leighton, I've never tried this Chanel. Classy to go out. You know, I think if I had to pick the best smelling person of the year in this chat, it's you. You always deliver. I've been bragging about you for months and months now that you always hit me with this 1-2 punch, double whammy, all the different ways I put it. But you always have a serious 1-2 combo. Now, I'm not familiar with the Chanel, but your track record tells me it's probably fucking great. So shout outs to you, man. I mean, you kill it. You kill it. You always put your best foot forward. There's a bunch of people in this chat that choose to always put their best foot forward. I stand by this when I say it all the time. This is the best smelling live stream chat on social media, not just YouTube, not just in Fragcom. Y'all are it. Y'all are it. And I think you're the MVP this year, Luis. I just think consistency. I think it's you, my man. Fahrenheit. Oh God, I just talked about that one with Justin. He picked that on Wednesday's stream. That's such a great fragrance, man. Day Nitro Red. One of the better affordable fragrances I've gotten my hands on this year. Mango Storm by Alexandria. I've never tried it. Signature Royale. Speaking of somebody that always puts his best foot forward. It's nice to see Noir and Royale getting some love in the chat today. Cheers to you guys. Lesser talked about these days. Halloween man shot. YSL tuxedo. Damn. All right. Picked up that Godolphin. Yeah, I know. For $95, it was like, what the hell? Why not? And that's why I ended up, let me see if they got Sun-Gria, because I've been needing to grab it. Venva's been having it in stock, and it was the same price. So I was like, well, I'm already buying this. I'll just go ahead and buy both. So that's how this ended up happening. Which the wife's in love with Sun-Gria, by the way. She sprayed it on when it came in. Saga, good to see you. Mogolan Intense. Fort and Mantle. Honiara? I'm sure I'm not saying that right. Scott is wearing Precious Treasure. We got several in the chat wearing that today. The Loewe 7 Cobalt, excellent choice. Percival, that had a brief honorable mention in this morning's video. Cidre Poissé, amazing stuff. Absolutely, I believe it. Paco Rabanne's Ultra Red, very much like Ultra Zest. Orange creamsicle with spice. Beardsome, good to see you, sir. Tom Ford's Noir Extreme EDP layered with liquid brune. Daughter and wife say, I smell like an Oreo. Daughter, what? I mean, hey, don't tempt me with Oreos, man. I haven't had an Oreo in so freaking long. That's my favorite. I'm a sucker for Oreos. It smells like Oreo, huh? That's interesting. I'm not one for layering, but that does sound attractive because it's Oreos. Maybe I just fucking want to eat Oreos. Don't mind me. I'm tripping. Good to see you, Deacon. Signature Seraphim Red, 12 plus 8 sprays. Why didn't you just say 20 then? Am I reading this wrong? 12 plus with 8 sprays. 12 plus. I feel like you're telling me 20 sprays. Am I reading this wrong, guys? Please weigh in. Let me know. And if you got 20 sprays on, I have to ask, why? Why? Have you cooked your nose to the point to where you need that many just to smell a fragrance on you? Oh my God, that's a lot. I'm telling you, some of my peers have ruined this community with everybody thinking they got to bathe in fragrances. My God, you smell amazing from like a block away, man. I bet it. I bet you smell amazing from down the street. Jesus. Good to see you, Deacon. Let me know. Was I accurate with the 20 spray thing? 12 hours. Okay, 12 plus hour. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad it's 8 sprays. That makes me feel so much better. Disregard my last mini tangent. Oh, I feel so much better, Deacon. I see he replied on YouTube. Like 20 sprays of that. Why? Oh my God, that's way too much. 8 sprays makes sense. All right, 12 hours in. Okay, I misunderstood. Oud Wood, all-time great. Well, super old school, Lagerfeld classic. And yep, it's my sin today. Well, you go ahead with your bad self. Tay, good to see you, sir. Day 3 fragrances, La Tacita de Cafe, one of the best coffee fragrances I've ever smelled. Going to do a full wearing of Precious Treasure for tonight's Christmas party. We enjoy it. So I notice a lot of people are having Christmas parties this weekend. Definitely a good time to wear that special fragrance, right? Enjoy. Dame, my guy, good to see you. Dior 2020 and Supremacy Collector's Edition. That's a good way to enhance a woody nuance to Supremacy Collector's Edition. That's what that sounds like to me. Again, I'm not one for layering, but that makes sense. That one makes sense to me. Good to see you, sir. Some 360 red. Boy, it's been so long since I've worn that. It's 100 ml of Continuum for 40. Yes, that's top 3 from the house. I rank that 3rd from the house. That's their oud fragrance. It's a synthetic oud, but it smells really good. Spiced woods. Yeah. Absolutely for $40 too. That's a steal. Oh yeah, it's half the price to get Loewe 7 Cobalt. It's the same. It's pretty much the same fragrance. I think the oil quality is actually a little bit better personally. I do have Aquawood and Dylan Blue. Yeah, but they don't smell like Bleu de Chanel EDP. Loewe 7 Cobalt smells like Bleu de Chanel EDP. Yeah, dead ringer. So guys, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I want to go ahead and get into this. The Boz has arrived. Aqua Velva just got Amber Alert for a lost set of panties. Wow. An Amber Alert? You do realize what that means, right? You want to retract that statement, sir? You know, it's for missing kids, right? My silence is making it awkward because you put an Amber Alert, made it awkward. So, I feel like you made a mistake there. I'm just saying. I don't think it was intentional. No worries, sir. No, it wasn't even typos. I just read it wrong. My bad. Thanks for clearing it up for me. Rican J, $10 super chat. It has been a while, sir. Wearing Herod. Boy, I've fallen in love with that fragrance all over again. I'm so glad I finally picked up a bottle. It had been 3 years since my decant I dropped it on the ground in that review video and broke it. I still had like 4 ml out of that 8 ml decant. I still had many a sprays. You smell great, sir, and I appreciate the super chat. We're going to skip on down so we can get into this. Mo, I see you, sir. Good to see you. We're skipping on down. I'm slowly skipping on down. So I apologize. I'm having to miss a bunch of stuff. I want to see if anything catches my eye on the way down. You can one spray that fragrance. I've never worn more than 3, and I'm not joking. It's not, just bullshitting or stretching the truth when I tell you guys Justin literally fussed me the second time I wore 3 sprays, because the first time I wore 3 sprays, it wasn't even on the market yet. We were packing pre-orders for Zed Creators too, and I was wearing 3 sprays of leather tobacco, and it was filling that banquet room we were in. Huge ass room for like parties and shit. And the next day I did it again, and Justin's like, clearly you're wearing leather tobacco. How many sprays did you? I said 3. He's like, did you not learn your lesson from yesterday with 3 sprays? It's like, why 3 sprays? That's how strong. Me and him don't do more than 3. It screams off of us. Like, anybody does more than 3, that's crazy to me. 5, all right, you really want everybody to smell you. You start going beyond that, that's wild to me. That shit is crazy strong. Leather tobacco is one of the strongest fragrances in my collection. No, Boz Amber Alert means missing child. So he was either like trying to get blocked and say something stupid on my chat, or he didn't know what he was saying. One of the two, because I've never seen the profile before. Yeah. I didn't block him. I would love to see him weigh in on it. I don't think he did. So that makes me believe it's intentional, and I need to get the fuck rid of him. So, yeah. That's the kind of people I wish I could just punch in the face instead of blocking, because it's like, why come say that stupid shit? That's awful. That's terrible. I saw your post in the Zed Lounge, man. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, because I know what he typed, and clearly since he hasn't said another fucking word, it was intentional. So actually, let me scroll up and get that profile the fuck up out of here. We ain't having that shit again. Sorry for that, Bombs, because that was a disgusting, awful. Just awful. Ban user and delete their comments. There we go. So please don't make another one and subscribe again, Dick. You're not wanted here or welcomed. I normally don't wear more than 2 of anything. Hey, a lot of stuff is really, really strong. No, that's a real thing. Like, your phone will go off, Amber Alert, missing child in this area. Like, you'll get, if you don't turn alerts off on your phone, that's like local authorities give alerts. Like, that's a real thing. That's why I was like, you realize what you typed here, so good to see you, Sandy. Always a pleasure. ATH Addicted, layered with Addicted Plus. I'm not familiar with either of those Marin Hughes. Loving my bottle of Precious Treasure. Such a gorgeous fragrance, unlike anything. It's definitely very original. Definitely very, very original, I have to say. That would take entirely too long. That's just not going to happen. I keep getting requests for a shoe collection video. That is not going to fucking happen. Maybe next year when I buy a house and the sneakers have their own room and the fragrances have its own room, I can revamp those. I'm not doing another collection nothing video until I'm in that house and set up and I have more space, and everything in here goes into 2 separate rooms. So yeah, until then, there's not a collection video of any kind on either channel happening, because I just don't have the space in here to open everything. Or if I was to just do one thing at a time, God, that would take so long. Just on raw footage, that would take so freaking long. It just ain't gonna happen. It sounds great to a viewer, but for me, the creator, it's like, oh, fucking shoot me. Awful. Awful. So, Mr. Clark, good to see you, Sean. Louisiana Zen. Maison Didarius. I know you meant Didarius, not Sidarius, right? I believe it's Didarius. Love the name. Louisiana Zen. That sounds great, right? Maybe it's the bias. I don't know. No worries, man. No worries. Well, based on him, I gave him ample time to reply, and he didn't. So, yeah, this no go. Novice knows, my man. I'm off. Checkmate King. Never tried that. Great Scandal Absolute. They already cloned that? Has a wow factor because Scandal Absolute has a wow factor. I always talk about it's a honeyed sweetness. It's a caramel note, but it's like syrupy, like almost like honey. You know, that's why I always say this honeyed sweetness when I talk about Scandal Absolute. It's technically a caramel note, but it doesn't like distinctively smell like caramel. But it's so beautiful. I think it's far and wide the best of the three. I really do. I appreciate the super chat, my man. Hobdon, love that scent. Also, randomly came across one of your bodybuilding competition shorts, and you killed it. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you, sir. Going to purchase a rose fragrance from Joe. Oh, I mean, you can't go wrong with either. Obviously, you should sample both because they're very different. They're very different. Rosé is a sweet and smoky rose based on rose incense. And then black rose is a dark, spicy, woody resin rose. Yeah, it's much more masculine. It's that much more masculine overall. That's I think rosé, anytime you just want something impressive, you can wear that. But if you want dark and mysterious floral, dates and stuff like that, that's where black rose comes in. You can wear them technically both in the same situation. Like I've worn every summer, I wear rosé out in the heat. It don't matter. You can wear rosé year round, day and night. It can be a signature scent for a rose fragrance, believe it or not. And it's a sweet incense rose. Doesn't sound right. I get it. You can wear it for whatever. It wears light enough, but it's heavy. It's a masterpiece. But black rose is definitely the evening fragrance of the two. So they're very, very different, but both beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fragrances. Oh, God, no. No, I have over 2,000 bottles. I have a few hundred pairs of sneakers. And I have about 600 hats. Roughly it's over 600. It's closer to 700. But, yeah. Combined, I have more fragrances than hats and sneakers together. Good to see you. It has been a long time since I've seen you. Damn. Artisan Blue just came today, and oh my God, I'm in love. Happy holidays. It's not a blue fragrance, right? It is green as green gets. It's called blue. The bottle's blue, but it is super green. That is my favorite affordable spring fragrance. Always has been. So I keep getting caught. I want to go ahead and start up. Arrow's Flame. Yeah, hey, man, that is the best until further notice, in my opinion. That is for sure. So I've never smelled this. It looked like florals and aquatic and clean musk and all that good stuff. We're going to start with this. Sous le Pont, Mirabeau. Etat Libre d'Orange. Let's give it a spritz. Yeah, we're 24 minutes in. We need to get into this. I bought a 50 ml because I just don't need more. Because of the waves and stuff like that. Wave pattern. Let's give it a spritz. See what we're working with. My nose is a little stuffy, so I don't know how great my sense of smell is going to be. I can smell my rosé pretty easily. Oh, yeah. No olfactive issues. I can smell it screaming off of my hand. Definitely leans synthetic, sharp, and salty. Ooh. Very designer type aquatic. It's on that chemically synthetic side. It's got a sharpness to it. It's like a light, earthy, flowery tone to it. I like this. And watch. We're going to kind of cut to the chase. I just want to show you guys. I want to say it was on here where I looked at the notes. Watch the crappy-ass ratings. Came out last year. 6.8 out of 10, 90 ratings. Like, not terrible ratings, but definitely not favorable. Fresh aquatic, synthetic, woody green. I agree with all of that. Fig. Okay. That's that bitterness. Because there's a clear bitterness at the top. Ozonic note, pink pepper, alamy, Italian bergamot, ozonic notes, frankincense, violet leaf, aquatic notes, orchinox. So this comes from mine. Sandalwood, vanilla, Virginia cedar, and musk. It's just a light bitterness. Gives us a little, light fruity tone. Pink pepper must be the sweetness. I don't get a lot of spice here. I don't get a lot of incense either. It's definitely aquatic. Get a little bit of an earthy floral smell, though. I wonder what that is, because it's clearly nothing in the notes, but it's solid. My rating is going to be higher than a 6.8. If you're familiar with any of their molecule fragrances, I don't see why this would be a problem for you. It does lean synthetic, but it's not synthetic like a Ghost in the Shell, where it's all aroma molecules. It's like a collection of molecule 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? That's basically what a Ghost in the Shell is. So Orchinox, for those of you not familiar, we just discussed this with Precious Treasure. That is the amber side of Ambroxan. Orchinox, fun fact, also found in the base of Evening Mystique. So anytime I see Orchinox, I'm immediately, oh, this is a Mon fragrance, because that's a copyrighted oil Mon created. When you see Lorinox, Orchinox, stuff like that, Lorinox is that one of their musks they created. Orchinox is one of their ambery Ambroxan molecules. And it is a little ambery. That Orchinox is kind of popping a bit here. But the fig and the aquatic, ozonic, violet combination, everything in that heart, minus a lot of incense. I don't really get much smokiness here. But the fig, the heart, and the Orchinox are popping. Not their best work. Far from their worst. I think it's a solid 7.5. Very good fragrance. Happy to have it. This is a good, refreshing fragrance in the summertime. Reminds me of a designer, and it's designer prices. I paid probably $60 for this. Nothing crazy. Slowly building my Etat Libre collection of fragrances that are kind of my style. Because I looked at these notes before I bought it, and I was like, yeah, that looks like something. I didn't remember the fig. But this looks like something I would enjoy. I'd give it a shot. I saw 6.8. I was like, I'll probably like it more than that. And sure enough, I do. Not greatly, not much more. But I do like it more than what it seems to be as far as ratings. Fresh aquatic. Yeah, I agree with that olfactive profile. Just the right amount of fig. I would call this an aquatic fig fragrance. Definitely enough of it to call it a fig fragrance. Solid. I like it. Not their best work, but I like it. I wouldn't put it over Soul of My Soul. I wouldn't put it over Remarkable People. I don't think I'd put it over Exit the King. I'd put it over Ghost in the Shell, slightly. It's more my style, more so than anything. Caught up in the chat real quick. We'll dive into another one. Oh, wow. Not interested. Especially how terrible they look after the movie. Makes you think of some real witchcraft going on, man. But hey, more power to you, Dilly. Portrait of a Lady. How Fetty Black Rose, definitely top 5 easy. Cryptic Figure, Good to See, Vintage Green from Banana Republic. Tried Perseus, and I was surprised how close to Lattafa Pride it is. Never tried Lattafa Pride. Givenchy Res Privé. I have not tried this one. The bottle I got, which I recently bought like last month, and I bought a gift set. I got a 50 ml. Really strong to me still. I think the EDP is a little more potent, but still really strong to me. I would say maybe one click below a beast. I'm sure it's not as strong as it used to be. I haven't smelled an old bottle of Aero CDT, and I couldn't even tell you how long. Back before they put Eau de Toilette on the bottle, when it just said Versace Eros before the other ones existed. That was the last time I smelled a regular bottle of Eros. It's still above average. I wouldn't call it a beast anymore, but I don't know why it's not pinned. I'm referencing this. Kind of. I find it's got a little bit more sugared sweetness to it. It's less ambery overall. I feel like another 13 is a little bit warmer, but definitely akin to one another. Picked up Dior Dune, and it kind of spiraled from there. It always just takes that one fragrance to make you more interested in a note. Happens to all of us, my man. Good to see you. Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Vetiver. I've never tried that one. Liquid Brune. The hype is real on that one. Let's get into another one. Let's try Gritti Siracusa. I don't remember the notes. Maybe this is the one that's like the fresh aquatic floral. I don't know. It's so beautiful. They're so beautiful. They're like $95, maybe 100, something like that. Some of them are more than that. Mango Oud's starting to come down in price. Look at that like marbled granite look to the cap. Love the look to the cap. Get the focus. There we go. Just love it. Green bottle. Brushed look on the plate. You'd think the bottle would match the cap more, or the cap would match the bottle more, but it doesn't look bad. Let's give it a spritz, shall we? Cap's actually pretty light. It's like a faux piece of stone with some plastic. It's not heavy. The metal ones are heavier. Oh, that is so much better than Sous Pont Mirabeau. This is the one that's got the florals. It's there's a distinctive fruit. This is a banger. They are 4 for 4. Gritti, 4 for 4, guys. What is that I'm smelling? This smells amazing. If I wasn't wearing rosé, I would spray this on right the fuck now. I'm wearing this tomorrow. That doesn't smell like any other fruity florals I have. I don't find it's all that feminine. I think some guys would. What is that? It's something so distinctive. I have to pull these notes up. What is that? Decent ratings. Creamy. Yeah, it's definitely creamy. Fresh, sweet. So there's almond, palm leaf. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, creamy notes, tiare. That's the floral. So that's in French Riviera. Big floppy white flowers that I talk about is that creamy floral. Vanilla, solar notes, white musk, sandalwood. It smells fruity. There's a exotic fruit smell to this is what I get. What's creating that accord? This is very beachy tropical, by the way. I was omitting stating that. This is very summertime fun. Solar notes. It's very solar. That makes sense. It's not so much sunscreen, but still kind of gives that sun-kissed skin type of tone. Not aquatic at all. Not a bitter almond, but probably what's adding creaminess with these creamy notes they're calling it. It's not a bitter almond. Anybody relate it to anything? Hibiscus palm, never tried. Moria, never tried. Never tried any of these. Somewhat between fresh laundry in the wind and vacation under palm fronds. I hate to butcher her name. Eloise? Is that how you say Eloise? I like the opening bold statement. I agree with that. Somewhere between fresh laundry in the wind and vacation under the palm fronds. I'm assuming that meant palm trees. Maybe a language thing. It's a feast for the nose. Basically, personal problem, but falling way too much faster and floral. Anything fresh floral summery. One of the first fragrances caught my attention so much. I had to have it. It's so special. I'm with her. This is 9 out of 10. Easy for me, guys. This is amazing. I love it. This is a couple's fragrance, too. My wife is going to want to spray this on herself. She's probably going to say, was this for me? And the answer is no. She can definitely wear it with me. She can spray it all she wants, but she cannot have it. There's almost like this spiced undertone, kind of just hovering underneath. For as creamy as it would make you believe, with creamy being the first accord, sandalwood, vanilla, creamy notes, and almond. It's all creamy stuff I just said. It's not as thick as you. There's a light, fluffy freshness to this at the same time. This lemon blossom must be the fruitiness I'm getting, and it's plenty of it, apparently. This is amazing. This is a 9 out of 10. This is the one to beat. Which Sun-Gria beats it? I can just tell you right now, I like Sun-Gria more than this. Sun-Gria is 9.5. I fell in love with Sun-Gria, but this, what a home run of a blind buy for me. This is a banger. I'm wearing this tomorrow. The temperature warms up just a little bit. I think we're back with a high of like 70 degrees. It's going to be just warm enough to where I think it'll be really good. This is 62 right now. I warmed up a little bit today. High of 73 tomorrow. So we got in the mid to low 70s all the way through Wednesday when it rains to get a decent little cool front again. So back to the somewhat fresher, not as heavy and dense stuff over the next several days. I'm wearing this tomorrow. 4 for $4. Supernova, a greener, lactonic less. It loses that lactonic smell from Ganymede. Still metallic, woody, and green, but greener without the lactonic feel. I love Supernova. Where's it at? I think I left it out. Must have. No, it's right here. Okay, I thought I left it out. Waiting on the right situation. Supernova is right here. This is one of the ones that got sent to me. Mango Oud. One of the best niche releases of the year. Smells like a mango meets a nectar cream snowball with a little bit of oud. It's amazing. And then Rebellion smells like a greener, higher quality Chanel L'Homme Sport Eau Extreme. I paid $95 for it. It's way cheaper than getting Chanel L'Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Now this, 4 for $4. I'm going to continue to explore this house. As they look interesting to me, I will grab them. So fluffy and creamy and just put a smile on your face kind of smell. This is home run. Damn. We're talking like on the sauce Barry Bonds kind of home run. Just bang, gone, no doubts. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a really, Heidi's so going to want to steal that. She cannot. She's not stealing that. Let me get caught up on this chat. Have any of you tried this? Please weigh in if any of you have tried Siracusa. I think it's like right under Mango Oud for me. My number 2 from the house out of the 4 I have. Okay. Why did it do that? It didn't want to refresh. It's a cool bottle. Yeah, the bottle looks really cool. They're on sale again. Well, damn. There you go, guys. Jacques Foth. They sell them cheap too, like $20-something for 50 mLs on there. Every fragrance is good from them. Heidi's got the 2 feminine ones, the rose one, the pink juice ones, and I got like 6 or 7 of the others. And there's not a single mediocre fragrance from Jacques Foth. Good to see you, sir. Well, thank you. It's NWO for life, right? Decluttered a lot of cheapies and clones. They're great, but the rabbit hole is so easy. Indeed. Well, I'm going to check out some other rose fragrances for sure. People are wild, man. It's nose fatigue. Yeah, it's strong as fuck. Yes, it is. It's an absolute nuclear monster that will beat your nose to shit to where you think it's weak because it just beat the hell out of your nose and your receptors. That's what it does. $74. Wow. Perfume Spot's legit. That's a steal. That's a phenomenal price. Sultan Vetiver is one of the few Nishane I have not tried. Saffron Colonies from Nishane. That's one of the best pickups of the year for me. And Gentleman Reserve for you. What a great 1-2 punch. And thank you for the super chat, Chris. Hell yeah, sir. No worries. No worries. Chantilly. Let's look at it. Pomelo Sorrento. That name alone sounds like something I'd be interested in. Gigantic ratings. Highly rated. Almost 1,200 ratings. Grapefruit, green notes, mint, green tea. Oh, yeah, that's for me. Iris. Yeah, I need to get that one next. Where's what we were looking for? Tangerina. That sounds like a name. I was like, Chantilly. Here we go. Feminine fragrance. Highly rated. Fruity, sweet, creamy, powdery, floral. Strawberry, melon, bergamot, apple. Black currant blossom, coconut, musk, vanilla powder. That sounds like something I'd like. Doesn't matter if it's just marketed for women. That don't mean shit. I bet I would like that. Sunset Hour, Cassiopeia, Tannin. I haven't tried any Herbapora, but I mean, what's the likelihood? 19 people say it's similar to Herbapora, but looks a bit different than Herbapora, honestly. Almost like powdered fruit salad. Ooh, I don't know how many of y'all get excited reading that, but Don Juan de Cat. That sounds enticing, sir or ma'am, or they or them, or he or z, or shark, or whatever you identify as person. You never know. It's a random profile. Yeah, that sounds great. Lola, I'm going to have to keep that in mind. I know you're a lady and you meant for you and your skin and your taste, but this looks like something I would like. Do you find it overwhelmingly feminine and girly? Or do you think it's something that a floral lover, a man that loves florals, would enjoy? Because even though I know it's not really floral, they list it as floral as one of the main accords. I'm a big fan of certain feminine leaning fragrances. Big fan. So yeah, Gritti Rebellion. Who needs Allure Sport Extreme? No, I've heard it's basically like Blockade from Mind Games. Oh yeah, sour apple's pretty good too, but watermelon's my favorite. If I had to pick one rosé, yeah, if I had to pick just one, yeah, now rosé is a masterpiece. Black Rose is phenomenal, but gun to my head, I'm taking rosé. I agree. Black Rose is more situational overall. I have. We did in that same live stream. And I like Summer Hammer, but not as much as I like Sun-Gria, which we're going to smell next. Naxos and Mercedes-Benz Club Black. That's a hell of a 1-2 punch right there. For Leighton, I'm excited to get my nose on it. That's my second favorite Parfums Marley fragrance. You can't go wrong. I think that's a modern men's classic too. I've seen a lot of people post about that one. Citrus Bomb. Okay, noted. Yeah, that looks like one I need to get. Doesn't that sound good? Saga, I think both of us need this. I think that's something you and I need to explore. Call me crazy, but looks like one I think I would enjoy. So let's check out Duchessa. Another one marketed for the ladies. Highly rated. Very highly rated for almost 700 ratings. Crazy high. Sweet, fruity, gourmand, spicy, creamy, black cherry, marzipan, I'm not familiar. Bitter orange, blood orange zest, so a spiced orange. Saffron blossom, jasmine, clove. How is clove a women's fragrance? Cocoa, white blossoms, almond, brown sugar, iris. See, that don't sound all that feminine to me. That's another one that sounds like something I'd like to try on me. Lost cherry, that's how you lose me quick. Because that's a super feminine cherry. I think lost cherry is too girly for my taste. I've tried to like it. Rouge smoking extrait, cherry seduction, bodacious. I hear a lot of praise for that one. I might have to sample this one. Blind buy might be dangerous for me. But then again, if I don't like it, my wife probably will. If it's too feminine for me, it might not be too risky of a blind buy. Whoops. I haven't tried Pearl. EQ's been on me for years about that one. I know he's a fan. And it's funny that you say that because I had a comment today that said they had to scrub it off. They couldn't agree with me more. So there are more people I'm finding out that feel the way I feel, but I think the majority feel like you feel. I'm in the minority when it comes to the rotten fruit smell. Yeah, for sure. No worries. No shade from my end, sir. I don't even remember trying it. I know that's Mind Games. Floor was way too pungent in the opening. Mid dry downs to die for with that balsamic fig. I don't even remember trying it. I may have. It just, I guess, if I don't remember it, that means it didn't stand out to me. No worries. You have a good one, my man. To me, just hard to get past the opening. No worries. Hey, understandable. So on that note, time to spray the 50 ml of Sun-Gria, Lorenzo Pazzaglia. I know Summer Hammer gets all the love, but this shit's a red wine masterpiece. Fruits and wine and all. Oh, man. Look at that label, too. I'm so happy to have this. $150 well spent. $149 is going rate. That's what I paid for it from Old Factory. That's how much it is in stock at Vinba in the link below. This stuff's so good. One spray is good. There it is. A little bit of a fermented fruit kind of smell too. Not going to sit here and act like it's not there in the opening. But it's so good. So ripe and it's making my mouth water. So juicy. What a banger. So deep. It's heavy for being super tropical like it is. It's very, very fruity. God, this is so good. Kaylin, thank you again for when you sent me those, my man. Still have the box right here with a few of them. This sample set is how I got to try Sun-Gria and how I got to fall in love with Sun-Gria. I sent the sample to Randy so he could try it. He fell in love with it too. It brings me joy to smell this fragrance. Even if I don't wear it that much, when I want to, there's certain fragrances that just make me happy when I smell them. This is one of those. That's stuff that I need to have at least a small amount of for any given random time that I need to pick me up for a fragrance, that type of aromatherapy, because they do provide aromatherapy. This one's good for that. Man. So good. God, I encourage all of you. It's very different, though. I could see some people not liking it at all. That came out this year. Well, that is going in my niche. I haven't done the top 10 niche releases of the year. That's definitely going in there. I didn't know it was this year. Fruity, sweet, citrus, gourmand, fresh, blood orange, mandarin orange, bergamot, cinnamon, clove, green notes, pink pepper, ginger, lemon, grape, red wine, which stands out heavily, apple, black currant, peach, raspberry, Turkish rose, cardamom, amber, benzoin, musk, sandalwood, vanilla, birch, cane sugar, cedarwood, patchouli, tonka bean. With all those notes, you'd swear Raja Dove perfumed it. Oh, man. Fruity is the main accord is right, because it is all the fruits. The only thing missing is like grape. No grapes in there. I'm tripping. It's in the heart. The red wine stands out with all these fruits. This is amazing. 8.1 is an undershoot. This is a 9.5. This is absolutely outstanding. This is almost the perfect fruity fragrance to me. Again, I could see where some people would find it maybe a little off-putting because it's extremely ripe. You know, extremely ripe. And I know the clove is playing a part in making it smell that way. So good. Nothing in the similar section. I mean, I thought it was unique, but apparently everybody feels that way because 65 people have rated this. Not one person said it smells like anything else. 80s themed pool party on a cruise ship. That's an interesting take. Opens meh, but I think the opening's amazing. It was like, what the fuck is this Jelly Belly sweet synthetic? That's hilarious. I get it. I get the Jelly Belly sweet synthetic that he's talking about. I understand. I like it, though. It's amazing. Hands down, one of the best niche releases of the year. I didn't even know it was a 2024 release. So good. Even a little green. They don't list green, but a little bit. I love the bottle. It's heavy. For 50 ml, heavy. Amazing. So happy to have it. Again, thank you, Kaylin, for getting me an opportunity to try it because it ended up being a must-buy. Get caught up on the chat. That's what I hear. I mean, most Manceros are really strong. Wow. All right. Damn. Noted. Cheers to you, my man. Oh, I think it's amazing start to finish. It's addictive. Oh, so good. So what you're saying is Pomelo Sorrento is if Mandarino di Amalfi, I'm assuming from Tom Ford, which I have Mandarino di Amalfi Aqua, was grainy, because Winstraw makes you grainy. That's what Winstraw is used for when cutting. That's funny. Winstraw specifically is the rowdy wind. So it's like, all right, let me get really literal with Winstraw, shall we? That's funny, Dennis. Did I miss a comment, Beach Life? Good to see you, by the way. Did I miss a comment? Because I'm trying to see what made you say that. I mean, this is a fragrance channel, right? Why don't I see any previous comment from you? It looks like that's a follow-up to something else you said. Ooh, I've heard I would like that. There's more I need to explore. There's more in here. I've tried Vampire Rum, Cherry Ink, which I thought I would have liked, made me extremely nose blind. I tried one of the aquatics and I didn't really care for Dream Sea. It's right here. Didn't really care for that one as much as I had hoped. Here's Summer Hammer right here. Which one do we have here? There's Cherry Ink. This one made me, I literally had to end the stream because my nose went completely blind because of that one. So fuck Cherry Ink. And then here's Vampire Rum, which I believe I smelled that one while I was on Dedrick's channel. And I still got 5 more I haven't tried, which is Carbonera, which I've heard good things. Extreme Passion. Not the same passion when you're talking about. Van Ecstasy. We have Escopazo. And last we have Evil Angel. So still more to do. Because at random, I'll do these decant and sample smells. You never know. Because I've got decants and samples coming out of my ears. Let's try that again. Okay, Don T released a fragrance called Fight Fight. Oh, yeah. I do not plan on reviewing it. No, sir. I'm not going to be doing any Trump fragrances or anything Biden or Kamala Harris or any of that. We don't do. I'm not doing that. No. You're not the first person to ask me that. I'm definitely not doing that. Yeah, that's a shitload of notes, right? I could see this being awful to some people. I find it so charming, mouth-watering, and different. Nothing even comes close to it that I've smelled before. That's one of the main reasons I like it so much, is I've never smelled anything even moderately relatable to this profile as far as a perfume. I just haven't. Goes right into what I was just saying. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Vampire Rum's a banger. Absolutely really good stuff. But Sun-Gria is hands down the best. Yeah, it's the best. And look, Tazo was the first person to tell me about it. Then Kaylin happened to send me these. And I was like, ooh, then. Yeah, I need this at some point. And Vinba didn't have it in stock at the time. Fragrance Spy never has them. And then Vinba has had it in stock for a few weeks. And I just, for one reason or another, I wasn't grabbing anything because I don't like to just buy one thing. So when this came around, I was on Dedrick's Live, I think, and everybody brought it to our attention. And it was $95. So when I went to buy it, I explored around. And I saw, oh, they got Lorenzo Pazzaglia fragrances. Let me see if they got Sun-Gria. And they did. And it was the same price as Vinba. I was like, well, here's your sign. So I went ahead and grabbed it. Look, I've given 2 10s ever. I've given like 3 or 4 9.75. So basically 9.5 is my 10s. I had to fight back saying 10 with Nishane Saffron Colonis when I first smelled on live stream earlier this year. That's a 9.5 for me. Warm weather leather. Saffron and citron with suede. Oh, and that slightly earthy vetiver dry down. It's amazing. Oh my God. That's another one I put up there with something like very different fragrances. But two niche fragrances I've gotten this year, that one's 150, one was like 90. And I would say must try stuff if you have a similar taste to mine. Yeah, for sure. Bath and Body Works double barrel bourbon. How's the weather? It was like 72, 60. It's 60 right now. It peaked like close to 70 earlier. So it was like a moderate day. We got several days like it. The next 4 or 5 days are in the mid to low 70s as the high. And then we'll get some more somewhat cooler weather. Check the forecast in the distance. My grandmother's in the hospital again. Got that call this morning. She was feeling weak. My aunt couldn't pick her up. They've been taking turns staying with her. It's like 3rd time since Thanksgiving. So I might end up having to go before Christmas. I don't know. Told her when I talked to her on the phone, yo, Bat, you gonna make it to Christmas? Shit, stop playing games. I'm very close with my grandmother. We pick on each other. I know she's got that Southern Belle at Ross. I know. Damn it. So, yeah. Point being, I'm going to be heading to Homa for Christmas, 23rd through the 26th, and it's like 61, 62 is the high. So it's not hot, but it's not cold either. So, I'm not going to be wearing the heaviest of fragrances. be wearing. I might wear Sun-Gria or something like that. Like I'm kind of up in the air now because like, I don't really want to wear anything heavy because I'm not gonna be dressed in anything heavy either. Like it's not gonna be the right setting, you know. Enjoy your dinner, sir. Killing Old Fashioned, I heard, is a banger released this year. Good to see you, Noah. Let's see Diaghilev for the first time. It smells like a green crayon to me, but it's a lot. It's super complex. A green crayon, though. That's the first time I've heard that. I haven't really seen a lot of what's up and coming yet, but I need the next Spice Bomb flanker. They got to redeem themselves after Dark Leather. It was kind of underwhelming. It's okay. It's a good fragrance, but it's not as good as the last several. Definitely, it's no infrared EDP, right? I need a blue Spice Bomb. I know we're probably going to get a Parfum or an Elixir, and I'll be cool with that. But I need the blue Spice Bomb next. I think it just makes sense. Last few have been heavier fragrances. We need a fresh one. Something like that. I would like to. I need to get Najim, Eros Najim, that Middle Eastern exclusive. Once you start seeing it pop up at Fragrance Buy, that'll be its first place to pop in. Somewhere like that or Sloma Shop. I'll grab it. I didn't want to grab the decants that Fragflex was selling because I just want to get a bottle. So that I want to get the new Eros. That's all that really comes to mind right now. I'm always up to see what Mancera's going to have cooking. They've been kind of on top 1 to 2 releases of 1 million every year. Probably another Invictus release. So like this, the standards, a new Aqua de Joe fragrance, maybe another Y, all the typical releases, the new Strong With You. I'm always up for a new Strong With You. They're always good. So I don't know. We'll do the split screens with iFragrance like we normally do as cool shit gets announced. And there's a few things to talk about. And we'll kind of gauge it. This was a good year. This was a good year. It really was. Good to see you, sir. Aylin is part of their regular lineup. Yeah, and it's a banger too. That's I put it right behind Bunny. It's number 2 from the house for me. Receiving Fern's Winter 25 in a couple of days. Wonder if you've never even heard of this. Fern's Winter 25. Yeah, I'm not familiar. So basically the whole house is good is what you guys are saying. Don't sweat it, man. You're a regular. I know there's no, malpractice going on here, Dr. Beach Life. I believe in you. You're a regular. I assume something was up. Ended up selling the same week. Very good. But others in the C line were better. Sexy and Black Sea. See, Black Sea catches my eye. I want to try that one. He seconds that. Yes. It's very floral tobacco. That's a good wedding scent. If I wasn't kind of set in my ways with Baccio Immortel, I would wear that to my brother's wedding in May. And I still very well could just to switch it up. But I've thought of that because I think that's a great wedding scent. It's very elegant for being tobacco because it's floral, very white floral. It's beautiful. It's not really strong either. Like, it's not as weak as people on the internet make it out to be. Everybody exaggerates in these forums. They really do. Not everybody. Let me say the majority exaggerate when they're talking about something being weak. They exaggerate hardcore. It's nose fatigue a lot of times, but it's not a strong fragrance. I've clocked it around 6 to 7 hours, but it's not like really strong off of the skin. I think it's more olfactive fatigue than anything, but it is a softer blend. I think it's a combination of the two, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful fragrance. Sample first, though. Definitely a sample first. Yeah, I know you meant the EDP. I never tried the limited release that came out before. I never tried that one. Yeah, it's a Blockade, basically. Mind Games Blockade. Yes, I don't like it. We did it on a live stream. I think it smells like charred earth and tar and I didn't care for it. Justin likes it. I didn't care for it. Yeah, it sucks, man. So I was telling my mom, this is the beginning of the end, right? This is not good. So probably going to be my last Christmas with my grandmother. So it's not looking good. Not looking good. It's all of a sudden this is happening. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Oh, yeah. That's what we do, man. We pick on each other. That's me and my family. We're, family full of verbal abusers. We fuck with each other. Like what I do with you guys, like you should see how me and my family talk to each other. but we all love it. That's we all show affection that way. We pick on each other. Appreciate that, man. There you go. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, because look, I'll backload the content and I won't be filming anything while I'm there. I'll backload my content ahead of time. We got the Boxing Day sale that's going to come out on the 26th for Fragrance Buy. Oh boy, they got a good sale. It's better than Black Friday. I'm ready. That's why I'm saving some of the designers I got in this haul with some of the ones I bought from Fragrance Buy. I'm gonna save for that video, so I don't buy a third haul because I've already bought technically 3 fragrance hauls this month so far, and we're in day 13 of the month. I've already bought 3 fragrance hauls. So I'd like to not buy anything till the sale because I always buy from the sales. So, but I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little break. Spend a little time with the family. That's its own. It's not really a break with them. Talk to Ariel and Country today so we can plan for the show that they want to do in Mississippi in June. So I'll get to go work out at my home away from home Powerhouse Gym. So I'll get to go see my friends, and so I get to do that because of course I'm going to train while I'm there. And yes, it'll be a good time. It'll be a quick trip, but a lot to do in the quick trip. Appreciate that, sir. Thank you, my man. Racket Club, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, yeah, it's a Banana Republic fragrance. You can't expect a ton out of it. 6 is pretty good, actually. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, sir. Ken, good to see you. Collector's edition. Got a lot of people in the chat wearing collector's edition today. So we got 2 more fragrances we're going to dive into in a sec. We're an hour and 2 minutes in. We still got some time. Sauvage EDP. You smell good, sir. Peppered shower gel. Ooh, yeah, that's great. So it's not my call. Somebody in the chat got me to buy it, and the way they sold, I forgot who it was. If you're here, let me know. And how they sold me was like, Justin likes it. I was like, Justin likes a cheap blue? I got to get this. And I see why. Very fougere. It's really good. Justin loves his fougères. Same. I'd like to see that as well. I'd also like to see Bleu de Chanel Elixir. Chanel. Do seasonal releases 4 each year, all organic. It's worth checking their site, although I've heard mixed things. Yes, yeah, I'm not familiar. This is the first I'm hearing of them. Man, I'm so happy with it. It's I think it's the best affordable release to come out this year. Personally. Yeah, it's very elegant. I think weddings when I smell it. Dressed in white Oxfords, you know, if it's not going to be a wedding, it's a very clean, classy look. Xerjoff Don. I never tried that one. Yeah, it's you spend thousands of dollars, buddy. I can't even imagine how much money I've spent since I started this channel just on fragrances. Excellent choice, Rockboy T. Good to see you, sir. We were just talking about Aylin. Oh, man, still with you though. Okay. Yeah, but she's 85 and is not looking good. I'm not saying she's dying tomorrow, God forbid, you know, but it's the beginning of not a good path. We're close to the end than the beginning, you know. Good to see you, sir. Okay. If you let her help you pick, it's going to probably be Aurum or Rosé. But that's tough. She might love Black Rose too. That's tough. That's 3 of the sexiest fragrances in his lineup. That's probably the 3. Aurum, Black Rose, and Rosé. Honestly, if you like all of them, let the wife try them and let her pick. If you like all of them, go with the one she likes the most. That's the logical choice to me. If you know you like all 3 and you'd be good with getting any of them, let her try the samples and let her pick. Now, she might have trouble picking too. So to me, I appreciate Super Chat, first of all. Thank you, Tyler. I've said it a bunch of times. Nobody ever likes to answer because they all disagree with me that it's good enough, because I get it. Some people just don't want to spend the money. Some people can't spend the money even though they don't admit it sometimes. Pride. It's a dangerous thing. Layton's worth saving for. The real Leighton experience is a bottle of Leighton. The which one is it? Detour Noir. Good twist on it. It's more woodsy. Amber Oud, Blue Exclusive. I hear is pretty good. I never tried that one. I have Blue Edition, which is Blue Edition LEDP. Blue Exclusive is supposed to be closer to Leighton. There's a lot of them out there. I've tried several, but none of them make me feel the way Leighton feels. Again, that's my second favorite from Parfums de Marly. Leighton's a must-keep in my collection. I look forward to wearing Leighton at least a couple of times a year, every year, 2 or 3 times at least, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I got over 2,000 bottles. It's about what I can hope for. I think it's worth saving up for, especially if you've tried it. Get a sample and justify it, because here's the problem. Let's say you get a clone. Let's say you try Leighton. You buy a clone for $35, and you're like, not quite what I want it to be. You buy another one for $40, you're like, not quite what I want it to be. You buy another one for $25, good, but not quite what I want it to be. Now you're at like $100, and for $30, $40 more, you could have got a 75 ml, maybe a good deal on a 4.2 ounce tester with cap of Leighton for the price of the 3 clones you bought that didn't quite scratch the itch. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes it makes sense to just bite the bullet and save towards the real one first, especially since Parfums de Marly from discounters aren't crazy priced to begin with. And Leighton, I feel, is worth it. That's one of those fragrances that I'll always recommend the original over the clone. Any of the clones, any and every clone. And I got some good ones too, like Paris Corner's Noir Stag 2. That's really good. That one's a little more woodsy, like Detour Noir is. There's some good ones. They're almost Leighton. They're not Leighton. See what I'm saying? If you want Leighton, you got to get Leighton. So I hope that helps, and I appreciate the super chat. Really? That's okay. The Rack Store Rattlesnake. I like it. Yeah, it actually is very fitting. Elegant look to it. Elegant smell. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Toy Boy. I think it's a better spring fall type of fragrance. It's a fresh but spicy rose. Kind of a masculine lean. Good performer. Great for the money. Fragrance groups regarding Dior EDP. So that's what I've heard as well. I think I want to say I've seen a post about that. I do know there's a post going around about a new version of Dior Parfum that looks similar to Dior 2020 and Dior Intense 2020's bottles with the little square inside the square cap. If that's different, because I heard Kirk John wants to put his spin on it, I'd love to check that. I'm going to check that out. Kirk John making the new version of Dior Parfum. Of course, I'm interested. Yeah, I think it will be too. But there's going to be these wild assholes and be like, oh, but Sauvage 04, he ruined it. And no. I talked about Sauvage 04 today. I like it more than just about everybody because most people just don't like it, I have faith in Kirk John. According to everybody else I've heard, it's pretty much the same. There really isn't a best one. Honestly, I say for like $30 more than all of the clones that smell like it, you can get Herbal Aquatica from Montal, which I think is better than all the clones and better than Herbapora. It's mint aquatic Herbapora. Montal's performance, Montal's quality, which would be better than all those clones. I think you're better doing that. Picked 30 ml for $84. That's a big ass decant. That's going to go a long way. Hell yeah, man. Yeah. I'm turning around like, damn, that's special. All right, so I'm going to skip down. I want to get into another one. And that's all you need, man. 75 ml. Sometimes you can find a crazy deal. I paid $95 unboxed for Godolphin. Sometimes you find crazy deals. Just be on the look. You probably get a tester 125 ml for probably same price as that 130, 140. It's better than getting a few clones, I like anything. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Best and worst scent you've ever blind bought. Best, I can't narrow it down to one, but worst, I can tell you is easily And it's not close. I loved shitting all over this fragrance multiple times last year, and it's not often I shit on a fragrance. Cool Water Oceanic Edition. It smells like fresh water and body odor. Sweaty shoulder pads in a high school locker room after a football game kind of body odor. Awful. Fucking terrible. Never tried it. Good to see you, sir. Green Irish Tweed, timeless. Nitro White is a great cheapie. Save it up for Pegasus. So I almost bought that with the last haul. This fragrance buy haul, I ended up pulling out my cart. That's so much better than Pegasus, and I think Pegasus is underappreciated. But that oud animalic smell they added to it, they darkened up Pegasus. It's amazing. Hello, how are you? No, what I saw a new Dior Homme Parfum was the picture I saw. It could be both. They could be doing both. I mean, Kirk John's going to want to do a bunch of things. He's the house perfumer. He might as well. I'm trying to get to the bottom, so we got 2 more fragrances. That's good prices. Oh, yes. Those 2 are amazing. Yes. Vers Le Sous, I can vouch for. That is like old meets new when it comes to citrus aromatic. And Velours Boissé is basically niche Bentley Ferment Intense. And on that note, we're giving Sultan Vetiver a spray. It's been a while since I've smelled it. I don't know if I'll ever buy a 100 milliliter bottle from Nishane ever again. If I have an option for 50 ml, unless it just come across a steal of 100 ml. 50 ml is the way to go for me. Multiple types of vetiver, grassy green and earthy, regal type of stuff, but cleaner than I ever thought it would have been. I'm so happy to have this. I'm so happy to have this. This is one of the best vetiver fragrances I've ever smelled. Again, I was nervous to get it. Nervous to try it at first because I thought it was going to be over the top, like just functified, earthy. No, great. So good. So it's like Java vetiver, Haitian vetiver. It's all kinds of 3 or 4 vetivers. We'll look at it in a second. It's just the right amount of like dirt. It's not like I say dirt. It's got an earthiness, but it's not like dirty either. It's quality shit. It's so good. It's so good. If you want to get away from the fresher vetivers and step it up, something a bit more elegant, this is it. This is probably the best one I've tried. That's not over the top challenging, but not basic and fresh either. It's like that happy medium of a challenging, dirty, super earthy vetiver that comes across funky and a just fresh, clean, soft, woody one with maybe a smoked nuance or something. Man, that's a 9 out of 10 fragrance too. So good. Any of you that are into vetiver, you owe it to yourself to try this one. I think 7.9 is too low. Green, spicy, earthy, woody, leathery. Java vetiver, absinthe, Peruvian pepper tree, bergamot, bourbon vetiver, Haitian vetiver, Neroli tonka bean, Brazilian vetiver, amberwood leather. It's just a little bit of leather. So it's 4 types of vetivers. It's amazing. Let's see what people say it smells similar to. Never tried any of them. So yay for me. And I didn't pay a lot. It's 100. I think it was 100. Let's look. $87. That's what it. Okay, it was $87. I don't know about you, but there's not a single Nishane I won't blind buy for under $100. Not one. All the Colognese fragrances were under 100. EGE, or however you say it, that was under 100, or right at 100. It might have been 95. Did I get another one that was under 100? I'm trying to remember. Hachivat was like 95 when I bought it. Nishane, such a good house. So much variety, some classy stuff, some unique stuff, some easy to wear stuff, some challenging stuff, some super gourmand stuff. They got a little bit of everything. without having an over-the-top sized library. They got a lot of fragrances, but it's not like Mancera, where there's just countless fragrances. So good. So the link below brings you here. $87.87 is what it costs. Whoops. Not what I meant to do, but click the wrong X, but that's okay. Yeah, same. I think it's far superior. I said cool water. And it'll probably be better than Oceanic Edition. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Good thing it was cheap. And see, I don't find it's that challenging of an earthy. I mean, it's earthy, but it's not dirty. There's a difference in earthy and dirty. You know what I mean? You picking up what I'm putting down, Mr. Sandy? I think it's just right. I think it's that happy medium of over the top, dirty and earthy. And it's because of the quality of the ingredients. I really think that's what it is. I agree completely. They're one of the best houses. Hell yeah. NWO for life, indeed. And Tommy for life. Shout out to Tommy Hilfiger. Cool Water Wave is amazing. That's one of my favorite flankers. But thank you for the super chat, Mark. I appreciate that. I haven't tried another one that is similar to. See, Guerlain Vetiver. See, that's all. I don't know about Murdoch Vetiver, but all the rest of those are fresher, safer, clean Vetivers. Especially original Vetiver from Creed. That's super clean, soapy, fresh citrus. Guerlain Vetiver and Raja Parfums Vetiver Parfum Cologne, they're like one in the same. The Raja Dove one's just a higher quality fragrance, basically. They're very similar to one another. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Okay, try Serif. I'm going to show y'all one that I just can't do. I have a bottle of. It's too much. This is super regal. This shit's rough. For me, this is rough. Whatever vetiver note this is crazy. With the oud, they're like this combo overtakes the fragrance. It's super earthy. Never tried any of these. But it's super, super earthy. It smells like something like a king would wear or some shit. It's crazy regal. Not for me. Almost like Arabian Prince kind of stuff. Like over-the-top oriental, earthy, spiced, animalic. Super, super earthy. See, earthy's ranked too low. It needs to be number fucking one. This is the one I can't do. I still have it. I can't do it. I tried. Had it for years. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, that's a great price. That's around what I paid for my 100 ml. I've tried Declaration Parfum, and I'd take that over it. So do you agree with my assessment of how earthy it is, though? Because that now we're talking, to me, over the top earthy. Too much for me. Now, it's been a few years since I've given it another chance. Maybe I won't feel the same because my taste has changed a bit when it comes to vetivers. But this is a cakewalk compared to that fragrance from the last time I've smelled it. This is a cakewalk. So good. So good. So good. And then, unfortunately for me, Kaylin, I know you're not a fan of this one. Neither is my wife. She doesn't dislike it. I got the infamous, that smells like something you would like. It's like, ah, shit. That's the translation is, I don't like it, but I'll tolerate it because I know you do. That's what that means. Definitely not how Sway feels with Dedrick wearing it. Sway said that smells like a man. You know, Sway loves this on Dedrick. Heidi does not love it on Ross. She doesn't hate it. She doesn't love it. So earthy, spiced, not fruity like Tuscan leather. Tuscan leather style, but not crazy. I would say if you want the fruitier side of the Tuscan leather profile, you need to go with Baccio Immortel, which I do think is higher quality than this, like much higher quality. But if you want very like edgy leather forward, Godolphin. It's good stuff. Been procrastinating getting it for a long time. I had a 5 ml decant that I babysat for years. Recently sprayed, and I was like, I still need to get a bottle of this. I don't need it. I got enough fragrances that are of this profile, but it's like, I want to add it. Even though I won't wear it all that often, you ever get those fragrances, you're like, I know I'm not going to grab it all the time, but I still want it. That's this. I love it. I love it. It's one of the options for 125 ml is one of the options to vote on for the Hall of Fame tier this month. That's why I'm busting Kalen's balls, because he put a vomiting emoji. He said, none of you better vote for that. I was like, you don't like any of the good fragrances. He said leather's just not for him. It's off-putting. So I've been giving him a hard time. Sugared oud. It is a beast mode. If you don't mind, it's super sweet oud. I think it's very wearable as long as you like sweet fragrances. Sugared oud. That's how I always describe it. Sugary oud. Come on now. To me, my number one is Argos Triumph of Bacchus. Plume Impression Royal Bourbon's really good. Zaharoff Signature Tobacco. I love Intense Red Tobacco. Just to name a few. But I would say my number one is hands down that fruity, boozy, sweet, ambery stunner. See what I did there? Stunner that is Argos Triumph of Bacchus. Dirt cheap, but it's been sitting on the shelf for like 2 years. Yes, it's not the most wearable of fragrances. Good to see you. Arizo by Naughton and Wilson. Scent of the evening is Javoy Papillon. I'm butchering it. I've heard of the fragrance. I'm just butchering the name. John, good to see you, sir. Papilifico. So if you have Papilifico, don't get Mancera Silver Blue because it's Papilifico plus caramel. I find they're very similar. The woods and spices and all. It's all about cumin with Declaration, and the Parfums a hefty dose of it. Oh man, is it a hefty dose? So I actually didn't pull up Godolphin's notes. We just sniffed it. I said a few words and we moved on. It's good stuff. I wonder what they rated on here. 7.9 with over 800 ratings. That's fair. Leathery, spicy. Yeah, it's leather forward. The fruitiness takes a back seat. They don't even list the raspberry here, but you smell a little bit of it. Saffron. Yep, that's all the spice. A little bit of rose makes sense. Iris, I don't get any iris. I get none of that. But all of the vetiver and the leather. The leather is the saffron, obviously. And it's a spicy leather because it's so saffron dominant. And you'll see all the familiar stuff. Tuscan leather, La Yucamwam from Rosassi. Ombre leather, not so much. That's more little brother. And then there's many more that'll fall into this. Ombre leather's private blend. Falcon leather. There you go. There's another one. Revolution is very metallic. That is a metallic saffron. I disagree. That's a great release from last year from Carnival Barcelona. Ombre leather Parfum, very much not the same. Bacio Immortel, yeah, just fruitier. That's what I'm saying. If you want a great fruity twist on a Tuscan leather, this is the one. It's more jasmine and raspberry. See how it says floral first? Jasmine and raspberry with the leather, and it's so smooth. So freaking smooth. Home run. That's my wedding scent of choice, and that's what I'm planning on wearing my brother's wedding in May, because I don't go to that many weddings. So I don't get that many opportunities. I've only worn it casually once. I typically just save it for weddings. I've only been to like 5 weddings since I got the bottle. I've heard Falcon leather is very impressive. Yeah. Had a bad drop. First drop for you. Oh, shit, that sucks. The Dune Soir version. That's the rose heavy one, right? Some people don't like the cumin, that's for sure. Kajal 4 is kind of akin to this profile. Not exactly the same, but similar. Yes and no. Only you can assess that value, but it is a very unique fragrance. Nothing else smells like it. It's leather, it's chocolatey, it's a soft powder and that fruity Menenka. This sillage is pure magic. I had a coworker buddy of mine, shout out to Matt if he happens to see this. He used to wear it when I worked at Mercedes. I actually gave him a sample when I got a bottle, and he wore the sample out. I would just enjoy wearing his, walking in his sillage when we would go bullshit at one of our desks, because he wore that out, and then he ended up getting a bottle. So when I wasn't wearing it, he would wear it. He was wearing it all the time. He tore it up. First time I smelled Arrow's Flame, he was wearing it a good bit during that time. Yeah, man. Private Accord. I think if it's brand new, 150, not the worst thing in the world. Really not. Over 200, I think that's where it starts pushing it with these discontinued designers. Because look at it this way. If Boss Descent Private Accord came out today, how much would that 100 ml be? Probably about that price retail, right? So look at it as today's retail on a Boss Descent flanker. It's kind of how you can look at it. Then the value seems to be right on. Spot on, right? As long as it's brand new. Oh, really? Teach their own. So that's kind of ambery, dry leather. I haven't worn in a while. It's good. It's a good release from them. Why is that not coming up? What the beezy? Oh, because they got it as one word. I put Red Colorado as 2 words as it's supposed to be, so it didn't pop up. Woody, smoky, spicy, leathery green, yeah. Bergamot, cypress, pine, guaiac wood, patchouli, charred wood. Not as bad as you would think, with charred wood being listed. Sandalwood, rose, cedar, leather, vanilla. It smells like being on a ranch in the mountains. Very much what they were going for with Red Colorado, because I had the PR kit that came with the tassels and all the rancher stuff and all that. Yeah, makes sense. It's a great release. I think it's more of an 8 out of 10 kind of fragrance, but it's good stuff. It does not smell like Interlude Man. That's kind of funny because the distinctive oregano note is definitely not there. That's kind of funny. Ombre leather is still my favorite too. Birds of a feather, sir. Birds of a feather. It's distinctive. It's not like a berry. It smells like Maninka fruit. It's no other way to describe it. When you smell it, it's so distinctive. You'll know what it smells like when you smell it. Yep, it's the signature note. Appreciate the super chat. Your favorite oud vanilla fruity fragrance? Vanilla oud from Vertus, Aylin from Day 3. Like vanilla ouds, I got a litany of them. I like Oud Vanille from Mancera. There's some good. There's 3 immediately off the top of the head phenomenal choices. As far as a fruity oud, nothing's distinctively coming to mind outside of the fruity notes and the oud and the licorice with powder out of Oud Black Candy from Mancera, but I don't think you're necessarily looking for that. That's a very distinctive black licorice kind of candied fruit smell because they have fruity notes in it as well. It's more of a candy fragrance than a fruit fragrance with oud and a lot of powder. I appreciate the super chat. Right? Because it makes sense when I put it in that perspective, doesn't it? That's what it would cost if it was the newest flanker. 140, 150, something like that is the retail for the 100 ml now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. C-Class 2017. You don't have to say the turbo. The turbo's standard on all of them. It's a C300. The AMG pack is just an aggressive body kit with different wheels. A5 that had prior can hide behind it. Mercedes makes the best cars here in Germany. You can get them for good money. I sold Mercedes for several years. You preaching to the choir with Mercedes. I love Mercedes. That's my favorite car brand. Even though I haven't worked for them for years now, I still love Mercedes. And they've made them so much more affordable than they used to be. Especially like a 2017 like you just bought. You probably got that for about 20 grand with low miles, especially if you were, let's see, 7 years out. I don't know if we were able to certify it. I think 2018 would be the oldest they could certify right now. Maybe in 2019. I hope you got it certified if you can. You bought a problem if not, because they are crazy expensive to fix. But you had an Audi, so you know that. You're used to dealing with German vehicles. Yeah, for sure. It's their signature note right there. Appreciate that, sir. Appreciate that. Picked up second 3.4 ounce of Prodalome. Cruising through my current bottle. Now, there's only one bottle I've been cruising through, and I haven't been wearing it the last 2 weeks, and that's Seraphine Blue. I've never put this kind of dent in a fragrance in 6 months since it's been out, 5 months or whatever. I couldn't tell you if ever I've done that prior. I love it. It's my favorite fragrance release of the year. But this is still George and Claude's best work. This is just my personality, is what it comes down to. That's one of my only 2 out of 10. One of my only 10 out of 10 fragrances. Yeah, but it's a very synthetic oud. That's why that one didn't come to mind. I was thinking more niche, but that's a solid choice. A lot more people like that one than me. I actually rank that as my least favorite of the Briones, believe it or not. See, I'd have to do a conversion. You're talking to an American. It's miles per hour for me and USD. One owner, full service. And look, that's great, but I'm just saying if and when you have an issue with it, they're expensive to fix. That's all. You want to have some good warranty when it comes to these German luxury vehicles. They're just so expensive. Every little thing is so expensive. It's a modern vehicle that's made full of sensors. It's going to have some issues. They don't make cars like they used to. No brands. None of them make them like they used to, you know. Not trying to scare you, just the reality of the situation, that's all. That's what we used to tell people when they would buy an older Mercedes that we couldn't warranty. Literally try to talk them out of it and say, you're buying a problem. My partner that sat next to me, Luis, he was hilarious about that. He's like, sir, I'm trying to tell you. He's from Ecuador, heavy Hispanic accent. Sir, I tried to tell you, you're buying a problem. You don't want this, you're buying a problem. Sir, I'm trying to help you. You want this one. I'm telling you, you want the warranty. It's great. He was hilarious. He's been there for like 15 years or something. I think longer than that now. Shout out to Louis, man. His name's Luis, but we called him Louis. That was my boy. I say partner because that you partnered up. So Tuesday and Wednesday were the 2 days of the week where we, not counting last week of the month, where you'd have off. So if I was off on Tuesday, he was off on Wednesday. If I was off on Wednesday, he was off on Tuesday, and vice versa. That fast, huh? Disappointed. Didn't smell how I thought it would. Well, you only paid $20 for it, so it can't be that bad. I was there from 2017 or 2018 to 2017 to 2020. Yeah, 2017 to 2020. I walked out in 2020 when they changed the payment plan. Kind of dicked us around. I was like, fuck y'all. I can go somewhere else. I built a name for myself. I can leave. And I did. I mean, all of them are made loaded down with sensors these days, you know. I'm not going to argue that. You won't hear me argue. Oh, S-Class. The best car in the world. Mercedes-Benz S-Class is the best car in the world. Has been for a long time. I'll argue with anybody. And I haven't been around since they redid it to the 580. I left early in the year before the new S580 came, when they were revamping it from the S550 and S5. It was the S560 at the time. It was becoming the S580. That's what was on the market, was the 560, 550, whatever. But it was changing to the 580 like 2 months. The new models were coming out when I had walked out. But yeah, Mercedes S-Class. That's the car. No doubt, no doubt. See, I like Honda Civics. My stepdad, I sold him a Honda Civic. It's a 2018 black. I forgot exactly which trim level, but he's still got it. He loves that thing. He takes such good care of it. I have not seen the new Escort. John's with me. Yes, S-Class, man, all the way. Civic SI. They got a 97 four-door Civic SI that lives here in my building. It's not in the best condition, but I mean, it's not in terrible condition either. It's white, red interior. You know, it's a manual. It's got the VTEC and all that stuff. Woo, glass pack, full cat back. So when he starts, woo, a little 4-cylinder. It's hilarious. That's a cool little car. That's the kind of car I wanted when I was a teenager, you know. But I had my 300, my Prelude, then my 300ZX Turbo. So I'm not like I didn't have cool little 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder turbo. I had two pretty cool little cars to start out with. An 11 E350. So that generation, 11 to 2015, was like probably the most popular Mercedes of all time. E350s. in 450s. So they're still desirable to this day. Yeah, Civic SI was always the way to go. My dad had a 2000 Honda Prelude SH, because they had the leather interior. He did a whole bunch of stuff to it. It's like buying a Rolex. Rolex isn't the best watch. It's a status symbol. That's what a G-Wagon is. It's a status thing. Service road at Toyota for a bit. Oh, God. Yeah, not at Toyota. I bet you don't miss working at a volume dealer. Fuck, I worked at Toyota for 3 months and was like, I don't want to be here. And I was training to go into finance. That was a $300,000+ a year gig at that 1,000 car a month place. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now if I'd have kept going, because this was starting to pick up. I was 7 months into this channel at that point. It was really starting to pick up, looking like it could be a thing for me. And I chose this. That was the moment where I made the decision, because I passed up training. I was in training to go into finance, but I'd have lived there. I would have lived at that dealership. That's why everybody wears expensive watches and designer shoes and $1,000 suits and all this, because you live at work. So you wear your money. You wear all the money you make at work. Lease a really nice car and shit, because you just live at work. So that's how you get to enjoy all the money you make. I chose this. I chose you guys. I chose you guys over that job. I ended up leaving there, went to Jaguar with one of my old bosses that was at Mercedes, where I knew I'd have more time to focus on this while I was at my desk. Just sell enough cars. I didn't have the hustle in me for selling cars anymore. I sold enough cars while I focused on the channel. Yep. I chose this. Pivotal moment. No, it's legitimate. Yeah, it's Civic SI. It's not just badged and shit like I've seen under the hood and stuff, because of course I asked them about it when I moved in. Oh, hatchbacks are where it's at. Yeah, I call hatchbacks base machines because I'm a base head. So nothing like a hatchback. 2013 Prius. All right then. He might have had to leave. 97 Civic Coupe EX loaded. 19 years old. Thought I was the ish. Hey man. Civics were where it was at in the 90s for sure. Oh, God. Yeah, no, definitely not. Biggest piece of shit ever was the electric S-Class. The battery's like 50 grand. And they did not last. The car would be worth 15, but to replace the battery on it's 50 or 25 if you got a used one. You know what I mean? Like a refurbished one. It was crazy. It might be a 2000 because he didn't tell me the year model. It's outside. I mean, I damn near like go live on my phone and go walk outside and show you guys. Got the white 5-spoke 17s on it and shit. A little beat up on the bumper and stuff, like some paint chips and stuff. I'm guessing the year model. He didn't tell me the year model. It's around that generation though. It's when I was a teenager. It's that generation. 2012 Impala. Damn. Bloody ridiculous. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm 1 year away from buying my Corvette. God, the C7. I've been shopping. The C7s are going up in value. You can get a 2020 C8 with 15,000 miles for the price of a fucking 2019 Grand Sport. A 27, I think it's 2018 the Z06 came out. A 2018 Z06 with like 70,000+ miles is still like 40 something, 50 grand. It's crazy. The C7s are going up and apparently I'm not the only one that thinks that's when the Corvette died, was after the C7. The C8's not a Corvette no more. It's not a muscle car anymore. It's not a sports car. It's a supercar. Mid-engine Corvette it's not a Corvette anymore. It's not. I've been saying it from the moment they released them. Like, the Corvette's dead. That's not a Corvette. They're beautiful, but they're not a Corvette anymore. The C7's the end of the Corvette, and I think it's the prettiest one it's the prettiest car ever made to me. I might have to get like a Z51 package, 3LT Stingray or something, and I won't be able to get the wide body because the Grand Sports are rare. God, they did not make a lot of them. I didn't realize they were so rare. Just soon get a Z06. I was trying to avoid the long-term maintenance of the supercharger, but it's like, fuck. for around $5,000 more, I can just get a Z06 for what, similar mileage and year and shit. Might as well just get the supercharger. Not that I need it, but so yeah. This time next year, I'm buying a Corvette. I'm buying a C7, but turns out I'm not buying it cash. I'm going to be having a car note. I was thinking, I'll find a good one, $25,000 or something. I'll find a low mileage 2017, decent 30, 40,000 miles. That's low mileage for that. I'll find one. I work a deal for like under $30,000. Maybe I could save up and buy it cash. Fuck no. Car note. Fuck no. Which I was already thinking, kind of hard to save that because I've been putting a little aside for when the time comes. No, the plan was to not have a car note, but I'm going to have a car note. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I'm getting it. It's happening. Probably going to be a Z06 now. It might end up being a regular Stingray, though. Because I'm starting to come to the realization, is it that serious for me to get the wide body? It's like what I really want when the time comes. If I'm supposed to get the wide body, the right Corvette's going to come along. I will travel. I'm willing to travel and have it shipped on a truck and everything. Doesn't just have to be in this area. I'm shopping nationwide for the right Corvette. I'm going to find the right Corvette because I'm keeping it long term. I'm going to have this Corvette till I die. I just see our go all the CRX. Geez. Oh, wow. Yeah, family-owned dealers with it. It was a family-owned operation at the Mercedes dealer I worked at. Understandable. Midori Green. Volkswagen GTI. Boy, there's a lot of them over here. I see those all the time. I was 3 in 97. Well, damn, you're a very young man. In 97, I was 12. There he is. They were wondering where you were. V8 Mercury Cougar. Holy shit. Good to see you, sir. No worries. I've seen those. I've seen those on TikTok. It might not be a Grand Sport. I might just say screw it and get a Z06 for the money. It's unbelievable. They're going up. They're going up in value. They're raising in value. A depreciating asset is going up in value. Unbelievable. I was thinking with the C8 flooding, C8s are everywhere now. They're so easy to get that I thought C7s were going to plummet in value a bit. Nope. People are holding them as treasure because they are. It's mainly the C7 though. And everybody wants to cam them. Not every Corvette needs to chop. That's not a comfortable ride. Y'all must not be daily driving these. Your gas mileage is shit and blip, 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 just shaking hard like that the whole time. That's not fun. If you're racing it at the track and shit, sure. Stage 2, stage 3 cams makes all the sense. But to daily drive your Corvette cammed, what? Stop it. I don't want one that's been cammed. I would rather a bone stock old man had it. Let me have some 65-year-old retirees Corvette that he's just getting rid of. That's who I want to buy a Corvette from. I want to put my own exhaust. I want to delete my own cats. I want to put my own X-pipe, my own intake. I want to do my own tune. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to pay to have it tuned, but that's all I'm looking to do. That's why I wasn't going to get a Z06. I don't need the supercharger because I want to do full bolt-on and a tune, X-pipe, catless elimination, all that shit. Get my custom box built. I have an L7 Solar Barrack 12 already. I'm going to get a second one. I want to do 2 L7 12s this time. I won't be able to put the top in the back. The detachable top, I will not be able to put it back there. I'm going to have a custom box. But that's what I'm looking to do. I'm not doing it all immediately, but that's the plan. That's why I was like, I'm going to just get a Grand Sport. Sounds like I'm probably just getting a Stingray, maybe a 3LTZ 51 package, just the top trim. Those are much easier to find. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's happening. Totally doing that. I could, but that's not what I want. I could easily get a C6 Z06, naturally aspirated, 505 at the crank. They're beautiful. That's the way to go. Full bolt on and everything on that. They're beautiful. But I want a C7. I'm not spending 20 plus when I could spend a little more and get exactly what I want. I want a C7. Now, later, I wouldn't mind getting a C4 or a C3, probably a C3 down the line, 10, 15 grand cash 20 years from now or some shit when I'm much older. Just a bucket list kind of thing, the C3. But I want a C7. I'm going to get a C7. Yes, I did. That was wild. That's not going to backfire on him at all. He's not in jail right now. Understandable. I know. Yeah, and the body. And it's the Z06 wide body. It just doesn't have the supercharger. That's what I want. I don't want the supercharger. I don't need the supercharger. I don't want to maintenance the supercharger. I'm not trying to race people. I'm going to go around slow motherfuckers once in a while. That's what I'm going to do with the power. That's it. I want it if I need it, not for the hell of it. I don't want a Corvette just because it's 3,000 pounds and fast. That's a great thing about it, but I love the way they look. I love the aesthetic of the Corvette. Corvette, every generation except for the first, I've always thought to be the most beautiful cars in existence. I'll always feel that way. I am a Corvette guy at heart and a Corvette purist. That's why I think the C7 was the last Corvette. Just like ZR1s, not interested. Especially not C8. This thing's got over 1,000 horsepower and shit. That car would scare the shit out of me, honestly. The C8 ZR1, what? Oh my God. Y'all seen the stats on that thing? Well, see, I don't want a 2014 because they had to work the bugs out. Just like I don't want a 2016 Z06 because they were known for heating up. They would get really hot. I would want to, if I get a Z06, it's got to be a 17 or newer. Trust me, I know where I got to go with that. I know the no-nos when it comes to certain Corvettes. And that's the no-nos. I don't want a 2014 if I'm getting a Stingray. I want a 2015 or newer. And if I'm getting a Z06, you don't want the 2016. You want the 2017 or newer because they fixed the problem. The radiator would heat up too much. Mine too. So my uncle had a 2015 370Z that I'd sold him when I was at Nissan, my first dealership. He kept it for a few years and he traded in, bought a Rogue we had at Mercedes on the used car lot. He had bought a Nissan Rogue from me. He traded it in for. They have a terrible reputation here too. I think that's worldwide. 5th gen GTO. Yeah, most of them are running shit. Blaine. Okay, I was about to say. It's already a pretty good company, but I made a secondary battery for my trunk. So as long as you got a decent capacitor, you don't it depends on what kind of amps you're running too, though. Capacitor will be enough for me. I won't need a second battery. I'll have a really good battery. I'll upgrade my battery and I'll put a capacitor. I'm not installing it though. It's gonna be too much of a headache in a Corvette. I installed everything in my Challenger and it was a pain in the ass. Stereos aren't as easy to put in as they used to be. Not like in my Stratus or my 300ZX or my Prelude, or my Dodge Ram. Any of those way easier to put stereos in those. It's all the sensors and the way the electronics are these days. They make it more of a challenge, especially to preamp if you're going to preamp the factory head unit. It's much more of a pain in the ass. I'm absolutely that's the deal. That's the deal me and the wife worked out over the last couple of years. As soon as we close on the house, I'm Corvette shopping. I'm not gonna buy one before because I'm gonna have to take out another car note. I'm probably just gonna do a 36-month though. It'll be a big car note, unfortunately, because they're holding value, man. That's crazy. They're holding, so they were going up, not just holding. Corolla. Twin cam GTS now on a Golf GTI hatch turbo. Close 400 horsepower on that little thing. Yeah, sleeper in the streets. Sacrilege. Come on now. No, probably not. See, I don't have the need for a truck. If I had the need for a truck, I used to have a GMC Sierra and a Dodge Ram. Because back then I had needs for a truck. I don't have those needs anymore. Got headers and a tune. See, I say I probably won't do headers, but I'll be too tempted. Go all the way from engine to exhaust tip. That's the right way to do it. And you got to tune it when you do that, you know. Shark gray is my number one. I'm cool with white. Just anything but silver, really. The different colors of blue I like. I don't really want black. It's too hot. I don't want black. I don't really want silver. But shark gray is my number one choice. Shark gray red leather is a number one. White red leather is number two with black accents, black wheels, stuff like that. The black glass. I'm getting the black glass top. Even if they don't have it on the car already, I'm going to buy one. I want the black glass top no matter what. So I'm open. Blues, greens, burgundies. I don't really want red, but the right red one, I'd take the right red one. So I'm not, I can be colorblind for the right Corvette. You know, I'm open to a lot of them. I just don't like the silver ones. I saw one today. I saw a C7 that was the light silver. It's just ugly to me. It's the wrong color. Now, C4, C3, I think silver looks really good. C5, 6, 7, not a silver guy. I'd take yellow, the Millennium Yellow. I'd take that too. Some of the wilder colors and brighter side, down with that. Same, I haven't had a stereo in my car since I got rid of my Challenger when we moved to Colorado. Because both the SUVs, I just haven't been tempted to put them in there. Summa tires, but they got to be run flat. TV where the horn go. Boy, you caught that? I'm going to show you some shit. Rookie, press that button. The truck went and all of a sudden, both 15s didn't see no wires. And then we heard boom from the amplifiers. 2.5. Because it's sought after. That's the C6 everybody wants is the Z06 because it's naturally aspirated. So I'm saying, I just get a Stingray for that money with lower miles. The C7 Stingray, get a 3LT without the Z. I don't have to have the Z51 package. I prefer it. There's a white 3LT Z51 package I park next to it. Fitness Junkie, one of my two gyms. Every time I go, it's a chick that drives it. She's always there. I park next to it all the time. Eat my apple, sitting right next to it after I work out and have my protein. Got my knife cutting my slices of apple. Listening to Zero. Zero dropped a new album, and Paul Wall dropped a new album today. I might. I'm tempted. I think I'm going to wait till after I do everything to it. Or I might do it right when I buy it. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'm not getting running my GSXR. I need to maintenance it. It's not running right now. It's not starting. Sounds like the injectors are clogged. Chain needs to be lubed. It's time for an oil change. I just put a new battery in it. Probably needs new plugs. Like it needs a good maintenance. So I'm going to just tow it to one of the places. I say tow it. I'm going to rent a truck with a flat motorcycle trailer and bring it over there. It's just I don't need it. Right? It's not cold all the time, but now's the time I would typically want to ride because traffic's not as bad because we're not as tourist heavy right now. So maybe in January for my birthday. That'll be my birthday present because I could use a new back tire. It's getting time. I need to spend probably $600, $700 on the bike. And I've been doing all this other shit. I mean, spent it on fragrances. You know what I mean? Not like I can't do it. I just been prioritizing other things. But no, I ain't getting rid of my bike. Hell no. GTR was horrible comfort around town, but perfect ripping. That's what I'm saying. This track car. And look, it's point A to point B. I like to zip in and out of traffic on my bike. I just go to the gym on my bike. That's the only thing I use it for. A 200 SX. Wow. 240. Okay. In high school, bought them all myself. Used. They were fun as hell. Prelude in my early 20s. See, I always wanted an early 90s Prelude. I had an 88. My dad had a 99. It was 99 in 2000. 300Z. Yeah, the twin turbo, the 90 and 96. Yeah, I'd still love to have one of those. Which one? Milano Privé? That's a good one. We'll cut it off at 2. We lost like 40, 50, more than that viewers since we started talking cars. Now to 94. All good. When we get late in the streams like this, that's when shit like this, we start talking hip hop, sneakers, cars, this shit. Revolving door of these topics. Down to 88. We lost another 6. No worries. So 5 more minutes, we'll shut it down. 06 Miata, 09 SI. Slow car, fast kind of shit. I would not buy one of those. Nope. Heidi sent me a video of an E-Ray that was 118,000 on TikTok, and I walked in the front. I said, "Do not send me another electric Corvette video. I do not want to end up on that shit algorithm of electric Corvettes." Because it's how TikTok is. If you watch more than a second of a video, they put you, "Oh, you like this," and they give you more. I don't want no electric Corvettes for me. Pass. I know it's not full electric, but not interested. They are fun little cars. Tom Ford's tobacco vanille. He was just tired of it. He's a bass head too. That's where I get it from. My dad and my uncle, big time bass heads. We put so many stereos in so many cars between the three of us over the years. It's unbelievable. Big kicker in Rockford Fosgate, guys. That's what we are. Oh, Decimo is Gritti's Aventus. Really? Let's look at it real quick. Okay. That breakdown makes sense. Ooh. Another clone in a nice bottle. Is a nice bottle. He meant in a nice bottle. Copy paste. Had to be tried. I wouldn't call it an alternative because it costs a lot of retail. Explorer, you're better served. But watch my YouTube video. So, all right. I'd like to try that. Do you have it, Fragrance Spy? They do not. Oh, well. Well, yeah. And it's the opposite for us. The German cars are exotics for us. Noted. I've seen them. I've heard of them, actually. I've seen it because when I was shopping around Auto Trader, I saw some of the Corvettes they had listed. Because I was having to greatly change my parameters when I was seeing what the Grand Sports were going for. I was like, oh, shit. Maybe Stingray 3LT. All right, scrolling down. We're about to shut this down here in a second. Let me get to the bottom. Chronic Macerator, my favorite name on YouTube. Damn, nearly 2 hours, and I still made it. Fragrance Du Bois London Spice, the only bottle I have from them. You have a great weekend as well. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Shit, that's badass. That thing had balls. Yeah, I bet. London Spice is amazing. Riding season in Florida. Yeah, it's some days, and it's not, though. Some days there's frost on the cars in the morning. Yeah, I could believe that. The core. It's less than the core. We're down to 88. Another $5 super chat. 2024 Yukon 6.2 liter V12 Denali. Big money bags with your $100,000 Yukon, huh? Frosted Pine Metallic on 22s. Chronic Macerator got the cheese. He got his big ass Carno. That's a $100,000 vehicle. Go ahead with your bad self. A beautiful vehicle. Got the Denali package, the brand new 2024. Yeah, that's $100,000. Let's have a little fun. No, would not like help. Let's see the starting at. All the way. Building price. Starting at $96,000. And based on the package you got, you're definitely over $100,000. Big money bags over here. Badass vehicle, though. Fancy Chevys. GMC. That's definitely the way to go. I'm here for cars, fitness, bikes, colognes, and hip-hop. That's what I'm talking about. We talk about all those things here. Not the majority. I would say about half of the usual audience is down for it. Because like we got 91 still hanging. As is Grim. Look at his avatar. You know what I mean? Same thing. Yeah, I'm more of a sport bike guy. My friends MC allowed sports bikes, I would be game, but my neighbor's Harley Softails up for grabs. Now it's mine. Yeah, no electric cars for me either. I'll pass. The Bishop. We did 5 fragrances. Now we've been talking cars and a little bit of motorcycles. See, look how excited. Car talk. Good to see you, AJ. Speaking of Manhattan, we were talking about that earlier. Isn't that such an elegant fragrance? Great for a wedding. Oh, I'm jealous. Which engine? Which engine? 427, 454, 350. What is it? If it's 454, I'm super jealous. That's the. I would want a 454 C3 Stingray. Manual, of course. That's what I would want. No worries, man. Yeah, we like cars around here. Yes, we do. Well, all right then. Yes, they have. Vans don't change much. They're very functional. They're not a style vehicle. That is a fantastic fragrance. Oh, yeah. I know. That's 150 grand easy. I know. Givenchy Gentleman EDP. I'm a Zero Slim Thug type of guy. That's my 2 favorites that I listen to the most. And then a multitude can go in the 3rd place. It's mainly Zero, though. I listen to Zero more than anybody. I'm a Zero guy. Wrapping gifts and listening to TLTG. I sure appreciate that. Auto Tempest for your car search. I don't really use Auto Tempest. I'm more of an Auto Trader guy. And I mean, I got the hookup all over Texas. There's phone calls I can make to hunt me down one on, in the why am I drawing a blank of where they buy all the cars wholesale? I'm drawing a blank for the name. Why am I drawing a blank? Those of you in the car business, help me out. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, you know what I'm saying, where all the used car managers buy their cars for their inventory. I got people I can call to hunt me down the Corvette. Here's what I'm looking for. Find me a Corvette. I'll fly down there, check it out, make sure it's it, sign papers, and then have the damn thing shipped over here. I got people to call. You know what I mean? I'm going to explore that avenue too. I'm going to see what I can find on my own and then see what we can find that I can't search for. See what I'm saying? I got the hookup when it comes to the Texas car market. It's a 350 still. Basic, help him sand it before painting as a kid. No, not just the auction. Shit. I mean, they buy them at auction, but there's a specific name for it. Well, it's an acronym. And I'm drawing a blank. Why am I drawing a blank? Used car dealer auction. Not open lane. Not ACV. Why am I drawing a blank? And why is it not popping up? I guess it's not openly searchable. It's because we use that for the value for the auction when it's like people are arguing over their trade value and shit. Why am I drawing such a blank? I fucking know what I'm talking about and I can't get it out. This is going to drive me nuts. We're going to end this stream and I'm going to be like, that. It's going to drive me crazy. That's when it's going to strike me. We're not doing 4 hours. That's not happening. Hell yeah, man. It's good stuff. Influenced, indeed. Well, that's average value. No, it's not. That's not the name of it, though. Not Kelly Blue Book. No. Not Auto Bid Master. No. GSA is not what I'm talking about. I know what you're talking about. Not Odessa. Well, not just they buy them from all over the country. It's just the dealers have access to things the public does not. Ogivray is amazing. Oh, Intense Vetiver is challenging at the top. I own a bottle. It's still challenging me. The dry down's beautiful, but yeah, definitely challenging. We're going to end it on here on Edgar's comment. My first line. Oh, you caught us right when we're shutting it down, my man. I appreciate you. Club we precious. Don't mind my spelling. No worries, man. No worries. The only thing you got backwards is the E and the U are flipped. Yeah, I'll just try to remember for the next live stream. Hey, I couldn't remember. Not AMA. It's going to drive me fucking crazy. I'm about to call Lefty. What the hell? It's an earworm for me right now. So I appreciate you guys for hanging with me. Did a little over 2 hours. I hope you enjoy your weekend. We should be back Monday with a live stream. Not sure. We'll see how it goes on Monday, but Tuesday, I'll be on with Sips and Sniffs with Jason and Gems on their channel. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure to like, stream, free, leave. Thank you guys for the super chats. Gave super chats, Kicks Griffey upgrading his membership, all the good stuff. I sure appreciate you guys. Have an awesome weekend. SmackDown tonight, Saturday night's main event tomorrow. Should be a big show tomorrow. So you wrestling fans, make sure you watch the Saturday night's main event. It's supposed to be a big one. Some surprises. Potential Charlotte Flair sighting from what I'm hearing too. I hope so. So y'all have a great night. Have a good one.